Alright, it's a few days later and I've now finished programming the board. So if I start it up, we are going to be going through the boot up sequence. I get a nice little splash screen showing the progression and what it's currently busy doing. And it's soon going to be connecting to the Wi-Fi. And once it's connected to Wi-Fi, it will connect to the MQTT broker and read the state of the current game, which I got up here. So connecting to the Wi-Fi is taking longer than normal. Oh, we got some kind of error connecting to the Wi-Fi. It's telling me that I can press D1 to retry, so let's try again. And hopefully yep, there it worked. And now it's connecting to the MQTT broker and we got a game. So if it's trying to do something and it fails, you get that error screen with an option of retrying. So, sometimes Wi-Fi connections, it just errors for some reason. So you can retry instead of having to restart the whole board. It's kind of nice. So the game is currently starting and the first player is the blue player. So we can see the blue background showing that he is the one that has the primary action. So that start game action is the primary action and it's always on the D0 button. And we got a little icon here showing what it is that we expect it to do. So if I press this, I start the game. And now the primary action is an arrow, which stands for end turn. So if I press this, Lisa, I end Gustav's turn and I go to Lisa. And we see that the background now changed to yellow because it's her color. We have two time information text here. We got 9 seconds and about 50% of time. That corresponds to the turn time and the total time that Lisa has taken. So Lisa has two options. She can do the primary action, which is end turn, or she can pass, which is the secondary action, which we see here with this little skip arrow, and that's always tied to the D1 button. So if we press that,
Lisa passed.
Lisa passed, and it's now gone to Ben. And notice how the text and the icons changed from black to white. It's because Ben's color is kind of a darkish green. So depending on if the player color is darkish or lightish, the text will be either white or black to always have a good contrast. This third button here, the D2, that corresponds to the admin button, which is this button down here, start mid-turn admin. So if I press that,
admin time.
We go into admin time, and it's still a green background because the admin time is in the middle of the green player's turn. But it says up here that it's admin time, and we got this little resume play button icon here, which corresponds to the resume turn button. So you can press that to resume Ben's turn. If I go to next, go to Gustav, and I want to undo the last thing I did, I can either press the undo icon up there, or I can shake the device.
Undo, done.
And if I shake it, I basically do an undo action. If I want to do the pause action, which is pausing the whole game, I can turn the device upside down. Now the game is paused. And if I want to unpause it, I can just turn it back up again. And it resumes the turn. Some notes about the UI. We got a battery indicator in the bottom right and a little synchronization icon that pops up every time that I check the MQTT broker for the current state of the game. Also, I can rotate the screen, and it's going to rotate the screen so that the text is always the right way up. And it also rotates the icons so that they're always pointing the right way. And the icons always follows the buttons. Like that. And that is pretty much all I wanted to say about the programming. This is now complete. It works. I'm happy with it. The programming, all of the code, you don't have to write yourself. You can copy it from the guide that is in the video description. And some notes about the difference between using a Wi-Fi and MQTT broker interface versus the Bluetooth interfaces I've done for some of my other projects. So this has a little bit of lag because it's polling the internet and so on. Bluetooth connection, that's quite instantaneous. But what's nice about this is that I don't have to pair this device with the browser every time that I want to use it. I just start up the device and it works right away. Let's see if I can get the screen to be facing the right way. There we go. Yeah, so not having to do that pairing step is quite nice. I just start it up and it works right away. So this probably is my favorite device right now. And it's tiny and small and it looks funky. I really like that I got this buzzer here so that I can get some feedback on the buttons when I press them. And also the cool thing about using MQTT is that this is just one of many devices that could be reading the same MQTT broker. So if I wanted to hook up, say, Home Assistant to the same broker feed and read the state and maybe change the color of the room to the current play color, I can do that. I can hook it up so that when I go into pause mode, I start playing elevator music on my home stereo, things like that. So that's kind of a really cool possibility you have with using MQTT. If you have any cool and interesting projects that you would want to do either with Bluetooth or the MQTT and integrate it into the Shared Game Timer, please reach out to me. I'm always very happy to help along with either decoding or tips on how to use the interface, or any questions you have. I'm more than happy to help. And with that, this project is complete. The TFT Sandwich is done. I'm happy with it. Until later, happy gaming.